Today's video, we're going to talk about small town Oregon. And walking down the street, downtown Bend, on Wall Street, you know, you just get such an awesome feeling of being part of this community, part of this town, with the people that it has. And it's about a vibe. It's about the way that you kind of just get to window shop and feel like you're in this kind of older style town. You know, the cobblestone streets and sidewalks and just kind of the feeling of being in town. Pretty awesome. But as much as I love the Bend part of it, let's go explore the top 7 small towns that surround us and make up Central Oregon. We're going to go see things like Redmond, things like Sisters, Lapine, Prineville. We're also going to hit up Terrebonne. We're also going to check out Tumalo. And don't forget about Madras. It's one of the growing spots as we hit the outskirts of Central Oregon. And they're all pretty special in their own way. So hang on. Let's go take a look as we go and enjoy a tour of Central Oregon right now. All right, our first stop on this tour, as we look at small town Oregon, let's find the smallest one in Central Oregon that I go to. That's Tumalo. Tumalo is a town of about 1,000 to 2,000 people. It is basically 1 to 2 blocks long. We have Highway 20, which is an east to west thoroughfare from the valley, such as Salem and Eugene, over here to Central Oregon, and as you continue on to Eastern Oregon. But this little town of Tumalo, the Tumalo Country Store is what it's all about. That's where you're going to do your quick needs. You've got the Tumalo Farm Stand, which is a very popular spot in the summertime as the kind of harvest season happens. Down the road, you've got the Bite, which I've talked about in a number of my videos in the past. You've got the fire department. The Tumalo Irrigation District is this building here. And we're in rural areas. You know, this is all about what's the lifestyle like. So small town, very community driven, great food, but more rural properties, more farmland, and you can't miss the Deschutes River running right through it. And a big part of it is the Tumalo State Park, the Deschutes River, camping, fishing, you know, all the things that go into being out in the country, being out on the river and enjoying those natural parks. So Tumalo, check it out. It's a small one, but it's a treasure. All right, so where do we go to next as our fun little stop on this tour of small towns? It's Sisters, Oregon. And Sisters, Oregon, been around since around 1900. It was an old mill town for lumber mills, had quite a population because of that, and was really kind of a spot that brought a lot of people to town, had a little community around it, and had the stores and the shops, and kind of had what the Old West was all about. And it's maintained that charm. So that pioneer feel, that Old West kind of small town community where you've got all the shops, you've got all the antique spots, you've got the local market. But it's set out here in just amazing landscape. And it's named Sisters because of the 3 sisters that's part of the Cascade Mountain Range. So you got the North Sister, the South Sister, and the Middle Sister, and the views that you get from this area, it's what makes real estate so special. So we're 20 miles outside of Bend, we're 30 minutes away, but as you make your way out of town, the real estate availability and the views that you can get is just incredible. So it's one thing that makes it special for me. Town of 3,000 people, but the amount of attraction that comes to town when you're here, it's because this is where you come do all your shopping and you come eat your food and meet your friends. Great community and just a fun little spot to be. It's a cool town. So let's keep it going, but small town Sisters, Oregon, gotta love it. All right, one quick stop on our way back to Bend from Sisters. How about that view of the Sisters as we look over the Cascade Mountain Range? So North Sister, South Sister, and Middle Sister, pretty clear. A little hazy out here in Central Oregon today, but beautiful place to be. You can get an idea of what that flat landscape and how we get some of these views, what the bluffs might look like as you sit up over the rivers into the forest. We like to get some feedback. So what do you think so far? You got a favorite spot? You got a favorite town? Give me some ideas, and obviously we've got some more to see. So anywhere along the way, shoot me a message. But are you already subscribed to the channel? Is this your first time? Well, we'd love to have you hit that subscribe button, tap that bell for notifications, and let us keep you up to date. As you see all my contact information pop up on the screen, let's keep it going, but we'd love to connect. So shoot me a message. All right, what's the next stop as we make our way around Central Oregon? We're going south, and we're about 25 miles south of Bend in Lapine, Oregon. And Lapine is an interesting spot because as you go south of Bend on Highway 97, really kind of takes us back in time a little bit. Small town, and as you see with the sign behind, small town strong. So this town has been around for a long time, but incorporated into Oregon in 2006. And right now, over the last couple of years, voted the #2 fastest growing city in or small town in Oregon. They've gone from 1,000 in population to probably more like 3,500 in the last few years. So that's huge growth when you look at percentages. But why? Where Bend, median home prices are up in the $750,000, $800,000 range. We're making it to Lapine, Oregon, which is more like $400,000 to $500,000 median home prices, and lots of new development, lots of construction, so that if you're trying to live the lifestyle that this Central Oregon kind of elevated mountain outdoorsy lifestyle, but struggle to kind of fit the budget of what Bend is offering, well, Lapine is kind of that next spot, and certainly worth checking out because lots of new home development, lots of great value, but lots of rural and kind of nostalgic feel when you come here. Most of the established neighborhoods are still gravel roads. So if that's something that suits your style, check it out. Lapine is awesome. All right, we've made our way to the next town, which is just north of Bend, Central Oregon's kind of second biggest city. We're in Redmond, Oregon. And Redmond, Oregon started out as a small town around 1900, incorporated into Oregon in 1910. And it is kind of the next part of what's growing in this Central Oregon area. Still call it a small town because compared to Bend, not the same, but it's growing more rapidly. It's certainly gained the buzz that we have in Central Oregon as maybe the spot that's a little bit more affordable. There's a few more jobs. There's just kind of a different level of commerce versus some of the tourism attractions and some of the nostalgia that you get in Bend. So 20 minutes north, what was in the early 90s, kind of the 20 to 23,000 people. It's seen that growth. It's up over 40,000 people now, and it's still got that small town charm. So as we look at some of the oldest buildings built in 1919, another one behind me, the original bank, built in 1923, I believe. It is just so cool to be in this part of town. It's still got that old school charm and that small town feel. So let's keep it going. But Redmond, what a major hub and part of that growth that's going on in Central Oregon. All right, the next stop on this here tour, Terrebonne, Oregon. And Terrebonne is the definition of small town Oregon. Somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 people, not yet incorporated into the state of Oregon as an official city, but it's definitely a spot on the map. The entrance to Smith Rock State Park, the kind of gateway to Crooked River and Crooked River Ranch, definitely a significant part. Just north of Redmond, before you get to Madras, that's going to give you a really awesome way of living to get out of town, but still close to all the things you need. So, come check it out. Terrebonne. Well, how about that for a view? As we're doing our tour of small towns in Central Oregon, I had to stop and show off a little bit of this amazing landscape. If you don't already know, that right there is Smith Rock. Smith Rock State Park homes some of the best climbing in the world and brings people from all over the place to come and enjoy this amazing landscape, camping, photography. I mean, take a look at that view right there. Is that not incredible? So, what do you think so far? We've seen 5 small towns plus Bend, Got a couple to go. You see anything you like? Does any of these fit your lifestyle that you're searching for? Maybe you live here now. Shoot me a comment. I'd love to hear about it. Let me know. All right, we've made it to the next town, Madras, Oregon. And Madras, about 20 minutes north of Terrebonne, on your way towards Portland. If you're following Highway 97, great location for getting kind of access to Bend and all of Central Oregon and all of these benefits of the outdoor lifestyle, but in a much more affordable kind of rural setting. Great surrounding towns of Metolius and Culver, known for a lot of their agriculture, great soil, farming, and kind of some of the things that come with all the things that high desert and Central Oregon enjoy. And a little bit further away from the mountains, so not as much snow, a little bit warmer climate, and does have a lot of benefits. So something that really kind of has its niche in Central Oregon as, you know, an escape from some of the attraction, but still the access to everything that you need. So come check out Madras. Let's go. All right, we've made it to that next stop. That next stop happens to be number 7 on our list of small towns surrounding Bend and creating Central Oregon. Where are we? Prineville, Oregon. And I kind of saved this one for last because it's the original. This is the first town, the first city to really kind of establish Central Oregon, and dates back to 1877. And I didn't find the age of this courthouse behind us, but what a cool piece of architecture that really helps kind of add to the charm of this town. So what's Prineville known for? It's a kind of slowly growing town that started originally because of its location and its involvement in agriculture, farming, timber, where it kind of fit close enough to the railway, kind of like Madras did, and where Redmond does. So a lot of the growth to this area really is because of the land, because of the landscape, and where it's located. But now just over 11,000 people, it has slowly grown to maintain that historic charm and be just an awesome town with an incredible community. And you get out to the outskirts of town, which is very vast. You've got endless places to enjoy. The Ochiko National Forest, great for its mountainous kind of adventure and hiking and trails and camping, even some fishing out there with the Metolius River, the Deschutes River, all kind of accessible here. But then we've also got the Prineville Reservoir, which is a great outdoor adventure surrounded with off-the-grid living opportunities and, you know, really just kind of that dynamic place that continues to grow in popularity. So this small town has an awesome charm. We're not done with our trip. We've got one more stop along the way, that free gift I mentioned, but let's go take a look at Prineville. All right, as we bring this video to a close, let's do a quick, amazing scan of what we see in the Cascade Mountain Range today with the views of the mountains that I just love to see and why I enjoy being in this part of town. Right now, we're just on the edge of Tumalo on the west side of Bend, and from all these small towns that we've visited, you get these views from different vantage points. You know, this is what it's all about. It's the mountains, it's the rivers, it's the canyons, it's the forest, and it's a little bit of that lifestyle that we kind of like to do in this Lifestyle in Bend outdoor enthusiast active lifestyle. So, what'd you think of our tour? Did you find a favorite town? Well, Bend started as a small little town quite a while ago. It's continued to grow at a pretty rapid pace. So is Redmond. It's kind of neighboring town to the north. And you get to see all these little tiny towns and slowly growing and rapidly growing towns outside of Bend that are helping us to expand and make it a place for everybody. And different levels of real estate, different types of agriculture, and different opportunity as far as restaurant and community go. So hopefully there's something that you got out of this. But let me say, there's one thing I love more than making these videos, and I do love making. That's helping people like you, your family and friends, and people that you know learn about Central Oregon and help them explore the possibilities if this is the place for them. So if you see what you like, shoot me a comment. But we talked about a gift. So what we've done, pinned in the top of the comments here, is our ultimate relocation guide, and it's totally free. That's right, totally free. Our goal is to help you guys and your friends and family learn about top jobs, top employers, top restaurants, things that you need to know before you move to Bend, Oregon. Or if you're thinking about coming to visit, check it out. And let's get on a schedule. Let's find out when you're going to come out and visit, and let's explore the possibilities of what Central Oregon offers, because there's a lot. And everything you saw that's part of our territory, we'd love to show it to you. So there in Heinlein with Joshua Grossman, we're the Lifestyle in Bend team of the EXP, and we look forward to hearing from you. So hit us up. You see all my contact information posted. We'd love to connect and find out more, what's motivating you to learn about Bend. Even more so, let's schedule some time, and I'll see you around town. Let's go, baby.